greatest weapon is the nuclear weapon. With radius spanning miles, it poses the biggest threat to humanity. If a war was to occur, would your home, city, or even state be a target? Are you safe or in extreme danger of a nuclear threat? Well, we're here to figure out and make the most detailed map possible. Let's start with the basics. How much damage can a nuclear missile do? Well, there's actual layers to it. Layer 1 is of a 0.5 mile radius, the layer of complete evaporation. Nothing in the 0.5 radius of a nuclear missile stays. It fades away into dust, kind of. This is called the fireball radius. A moderate blast damage radius of up to 3 miles occurs afterwards, destroying most buildings and structures. A thermal radiation radius around 5 miles causes third-degree burns to exposed skin. Even 8 miles away, you're still not safe. Lastly, there's a fallout. When a nuclear bomb explodes, especially if it detonates near ground level, it vaporizes everything nearby, buildings, soils, vehicles, and people, you name it. This material gets stuck into the massive mushroom cloud where it mixes with radioactive elements created during the explosion. The materials have to go somewhere, and they can go everywhere. Fallout can travel for hundreds of miles. In our map of threats into the nuclear area, we'll assume the radius of a strike to be 8.5 miles. So let's get to work. The most tactical nuclear target zones in the US are military installations, major cities of strategic value, and critical infrastructure. Military installations are key bases like the Pentagon or Naval Submarine Base. Major cities consist of New York, DC, and Los Angeles. A few more will go into them in detail. Critical infrastructure consists of nuclear power plants, oil refineries, and major ports. This is a key map which shows all potential targets, but it's really wide and we need to break it down. Let's start with cities. There are a total of 15 cities at risk of a nuclear attack.
Okay, at number 1, we have the Great Falls of Montana. With a population of 60,422, you wouldn't imagine Putin or any other person would be overly keen on nuking the Great Falls in Montana. However, its location is not far from Malmstrom Air Force Base that is understood to control hundreds of nuclear missile silos which Russia and China would fear. Then, we have Cheyenne, Wyoming. Next up is Cheyenne, Wyoming, which neighbors Montana to south. Anyways, this small city has a population of just 65,000, but incorporates the Francis E. Warren Air Force Base in its boundary. The U.S. Air Force have a control center that operates out for its nuclear missile operations. If you bomb that, anything will stop kicking off. Ogden and Clearfield in Utah come at number 3. Combining both their population together, you reach 121,737, but Putin wouldn't bomb the residential cities for any other reason than to take out Hill Air Force Base, which is one of the U.S. nuclear weapons centers. You'll start seeing a common pattern. Next, we have Shreveport, Louisiana. If Iran were to ever nuke somewhere, they'd be note Shreveport, Louisiana on their list of targets. That's because it's home to a number of B-52 bombers which can deliver city-destroying nuclear strikes. Honolulu, Hawaii. We've all heard of the Pearl Harbor attack, so Americans probably would understand why Hawaii's capital is deemed as one of the greatest cities at risk of blowing up. It's a home to a number of military bases. Both naval and air units occupy the island. It has a population of 3,041,778, so let's hope that nothing too serious kicks off. Omaha, Nebraska. All 483,000 residents in Omaha, Nebraska could be quivering over Trump's involvement in the bombing of Iran. It was a major player during the Cold War and still plays a key role in the U.S. nuclear operations. Next, we move on to populated cities. Okay, this is an easy one, so we have to explain. Washington, D.C. It is the home of the president, the U.S. government, and 678,000 residents. The White House, home to President Donald Trump, would be a major target located in Washington, and it actually will have multiple separate targets that would be actively bombed. Seattle, Washington. This Washington metro area is home to more than 737,000 people and is near a naval base in Kitsap. Seattle is also a global tech hub and major seaport, adding to its importance. The local geography also works against Americans trying to evacuate. San Francisco, California. Now, the rest of the cities are going to be more obvious as they serve as influential places in the U.S. So all we need to do is list population. There are 873,000 people in San Francisco, California. And I'll also mention that it is a very dense area with major tech hubs in the Bay Area. Houston, Texas. While it may not serve as the capital of Texas, Houston boasts a population of 2.3 million people. In Houston, we have a problem. If Russia, China, or North Korea ever decide to bomb the Texan city of Houston, get ready. Chicago, Illinois. Located beside Lake Michigan, if Chicago, Illinois was nuked, it would cause a devastating environmental problem furthering up north, as well as claim the lives of 2.6 million people. Finally, The cream of the crop of US cities is the Big Apple in New York City. It houses an incredible 8.8 million people and is the business center of the entire world, which means bombing it would be a major sign and power move which countries might look forward to doing. So yeah, those are the top few targets that other countries would probably go for in the United States. Make sure you don't live next to one of them, and if you do, make sure you have a plan. Thank you.